by interacting with professionals in that particular field. The unique thing is that these students they have an opportunity to engage with people who look like them.
Alamance Community College was discriminating against students in ABSS by allowing only underrepresented males into a particular program and pairing them with people who, quote, look like them. Now it looks like they may be discriminating against applicants in the hiring process at Alamance Community College. We'll talk about it right after this. Well, hello and welcome to Alamance County Talks Politics. Well, here we go again. First, it was Alamance Community College discriminating against the students at Alamance Burlington School System, and now it looks like applicants are being discriminated against in the hiring process at ACC. Is DEI the sacred cow of Alamance Community College? Instead of hiring the most competent, qualified, and merit-based individuals, they appear to be utilizing DEI criteria to determine who is hired and who is not. But just what criteria does ACC use in its hiring process? Now, let me show you what I mean. I'm going to start off by showing you Dr. Ken Engel, because this ultimately falls at his feet and the Board of Trustees' feet. On December the 15th, 2023, you can see the ACC announces Dr. Ken Engel as president, and there is Dr. Ken Engel. So we have Dr. Ken Engel there. He's been there since 2023. Now let's give him 6 months. We'll give him to the middle of 2024 to get things rolling. Okay, so let's look at that. Now we'll move. Now I want to show you this. Now I showed you Dr. Ken Engel. Now I want to show you this. This is the employment report for February of 2025. Now, as you can see this, it says Dr. Crisp, who is a trustee at ABSS, presented the workforce analysis highlighting ACC's full-time workforce of 248 employees with a majority aged 40 plus, predominantly female, predominantly white, followed by African-American, Hispanic, and other minorities. So if they want to put forth this analysis, hey, it's okay. But I think I'm going to show you why they're doing it. And then I think it makes sense. So let's go to the next slide here. We're going to go to the next tab. And now we're going to look at the employment report for May of 2025. Now we get a little bit more information. This is from May of 2025. Now remember, Dr. Ken Engel has been on the job since December of 2023. We give him 6 months. That's middle of 2024. We're almost a year out here if we give him a year. So notice Dr. Crisp, who is again a trustee, shared that Ms. Farrington. Now, one of the things about this you got to know is Ms. Farrington is the Director of Human Resources at ACC. So Dr. Crisp, who is a trustee, shared that Ms. Farrington, the Director of Human Resources at ACC, provided a demographic overview of the 250 full-time employees, noting age, gender, racial backgrounds aligned with the county data. 5 new employees were introduced. And now notice this report does what? This report supports the college's ongoing diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. What report? Oh, the report that gives us the full-time employees, noting their age, their gender, their racial breakdown aligned with the county data. And it's doing what? It's in support of the college's ongoing diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. So, okay, we got May of 2025. Let's look at this. So here we have the Personnel Committee report, and you're going to look at this. You see I've got that highlighted. And you're going to see I'm going to highlight the employment report for June and July of 2025. And you see this is, you got May, June, July. So the following 2 months, they have another employment report. Now notice you have Dr. Crisp shared this. Now here's your, the trustee sharing this with the Director of Human Resources, provided a demographic overview of approximately 260 full-time employees, noting age, gender, racial breakdowns, racial breakdowns. I don't want to say breakdowns aligned with county data. The report supports the college's ongoing diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts. So here we have a specific employment report. And notice it's dealing with those who were hired, those who were employed at Alamance Community College. And notice this states that this report supports the college's ongoing, and I guess you would say the diversity, equity, inclusion efforts Is this part of their strategic plan? Is this the strategic plan of Alamance Community College to hire people according to this criteria? Or is it based on the criteria of meritocracy and having the best to be able to teach and instruct your students? So here we have June and July of 2025, and it states the same thing. Now, there's one thing that I want to show you about this. I'm going to scroll all the way up to the top here, and I want to show you that this is the Board of Trustees meeting. You can see that right here. You see the Board of Trustees. It's a regular meeting agenda, August 11th at 2025 at 6 p.m. And I'm going to move it over just a little bit because I want you to see something. Look at who is present. The trustees, all of your trustees, and I think they have a student representative here along with that. So I'm not sure, but maybe these are all trustees. I know Britt is, Brooks is, Butler, Carter, Crisp, Glidewell, Gomery, Carnes. I don't know about Carnes, and I don't know about Moon. It says trustees, so I guess they are. Then you got Julie Emmons, you got Walker, and you got Williams. But notice the guest. Here you go. You got Christy Bailey from Alamance News. And also, let's see, we're going to also look down here. We're going to see Dr. Ken Engel, president. You remember we saw his image earlier. And now we're seeing Miss Valerie Farrington, who is the director of human resources. So we can see this. Now, my question is this. Don't forget this, because I'm going to take you now to another video, and then I'm going to try to come back to this group. But I want to show you something. Many of you probably have heard of the U.S. Attorney General for Civil Rights at the United States Department of Justice. Her name is Harmeet Dillon, and I want to show you now, take you to her, and I want you to hear what she has to say about DEI. Listen to her.
With these efforts underway, Senators, the goal is clear. Either DEI will end on its own, or we will kill it.
So there you have Harmeet Dillon saying what the Department of Justice is, its plan for DEI is. They want to have it removed. They want to have it annihilated. They don't want it in any type of higher education. But yet we have people at Alamance Community College, and I want to show you something. I'm going to take you back one more. Let me take you back to this, and I want to show you something, and I want to share this tab. These people here who are the trustees, along with the president, Dr. Ken Engel, and also the HR director, Miss Valerie Farrington. Let me give you a little bit of law here for free. Your community college strategic plan does not trump an executive order. Now, you can continue to do this, but you're doing it at the expense of potentially losing federal funding. Now, I'm going to tell you what we're going to do, because I think this is ridiculous that we have people on this board, and I'm going to show you, please, one more time. And these are some, I would say, fairly qualified and well studied individuals. But my question to you is, how can a trustee board, how can the president of Alamance Community College, how can the director of human resources, how can these people be ignorant of what is taking place on a national level? How can they not know what's going on? How can they not know that what they are doing is inconsistent with the Department of Justice? Even in North Carolina, the Senate, the North Carolina Senate has passed a bill banning DEI. I believe the House passed one as well, but the governor vetoed it, Josh Stein. But the Senate has since passed it again, and they overrode his veto. The House, I believe, is one vote short. So I guess what we need to do is, I think what we need to do is to send this to the Department of Justice this is not a threat. This is just taking the next step. I think they really need to look at Alamance Community College, because let me tell you what's probably going to happen. They're probably going to release future reports, and it'll probably look something like this. Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you what it'll probably look like. It'll probably look like this. Let me share this tab. It'll look like this. It will look like probably this. And it will probably not include this right here. It'll include this, but it will not include the report supports the college's ongoing efforts of diversity, equity, and inclusion. It will not include that. And so the reason I even say bring in the DOJ is because I believe something deeper is going on here. I don't believe they want it removed. I don't see the trustees acting on this. Somebody on the board of trustees should have spoken up and said, hey, wait a minute. We got to look at this DEI. We've got to look at this. But not one of them has. Dr. Ken Engel, I remember there was an article in the Alamance News earlier this year that spoke about that minority medical bridge and how now they're including all the students there. Well, that's because it got called out. So now the question is, if we continue to let this go on like it is, I don't know that I have questions about the leadership and the people who work there. Okay, let me show you one more thing about the Board of Trustees and their responsibility. Let me take you to this tab here. Now, notice we have the Board of Trustees. This is the Alamance Community College website. We got the Board of Trustees, and I'm going to show you this right here. I don't know if you can read this, but notice what it says. It says the ACC Board of Trustees is responsible for providing adequate and competent administration for the efficient operation of Alamance Community College. Now, my question is, how can you provide competent administration when you're not even informed yourself? And furthermore, if you are hiring competent administration, how could your president or your director of human resources, surely there's some certification, credentialing, updating of laws every year. You have to attend to stay up to date on laws and executive orders, and knowing when you're in violation of an executive order and the potential of loss of federal funds. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. You are responsible, Board of Trustees, for providing adequate and competent administration for the efficient operation of ACC. So that's what we're asking the Alamance Community College Board of Trustees to do. Number one, you need to become more competent yourself about what you're overseeing. And then number two, you need to make sure that you have competent administration below you. Simple. You wonder why I'm so passionate about this. I attended ACC on the 2+2 transfer program. And I'm going to tell you, I had some great and wonderful teachers. I didn't look at the teachers, the color of this melanin color in their skin. I could care less. When I went in there, they were teacher. They were the instructor. I went there to learn. And I think you're doing a profound disservice to the students at ACC when you are relegating the hiring process to DEI criteria. And I think it needs to be addressed. And again, I say this, I will try to send this to the DOJ to get them to probably look in Alamance Community College. Some of you are saying, Keith, that's ridiculous. Have you seen the many videos out there of other bigger colleges in Alamance Community College that are still supporting DEI principles? They're just doing it secretly. They've changed the names. They've changed the name of the program. They've dispersed them among the college. So that's what we'll do. So anyway, that is that. I've done one video on ACC. I thought they would get this under control. They have not. We'll take the next step. This is Alamance County Talks Politics. My name is Keith. If you enjoyed this video, let me encourage you to hit the like, hit the subscribe button. And until next